Welcome to Picker Road live-ish. We're here today to bring you incredible treasures while we are in Germany and Austria hunting for incredible treasures to bring to you.
Doppelganger.
The circle of life. It's happening. So we will say one more time, this is a live-ish.
I promise that's the last one.
That's the last one. You guys know the drill. We did one last week. This is the live-ish number 2. Some more incredible treasures. And we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm Harleen.
I'm Will.
And off camera is Gary.
And this is Rhodey.
And we are Picker Road. I'm sure you all know that. And it is very, very easy to purchase from these shows. All you have to do is go to pickerroad.com and you will click on to today's collection. It's right there, the first thing you see. But you know what? You don't have to just go to today's collection. You can jump ahead. You can see all that we have to offer at pickerroad.com. And there is a lot. There's a diverse collection of curated items that are fun and fantastic. So please feel free to shop at any time, but we will be showing you today's collection. Now, there is something very special also that most of you who follow these Picker Road sales know, and that's that we do duck races. Take it away, William.
Quack, quack. Well, we are going to have our usual 3 duck races, and just like you saw last week, we are going to do those at the beginning of our next live show, which will be next week when we're back. So we're going to do 3 for last week's show, and we're going to do 3 for this week's show. That means we're going to have 6 duck races at the beginning of our next live. Each one good for $15 in Picker Road bucks. You can use them any way you like. You could even get something outright at that price.
Absolutely. If you've had your eye on something, that's a great way to use your gift certificate. And we send those out right away.
You'll get the code as the show is going, so you could use it during the show, maybe even pick something up from our trip. Now, when you make a purchase, if you buy multiple items, you get multiple ducks. So you buy 3 items, you get 3 ducks.
So 1 item, 1 duck.
And it doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't just have to be what you see tonight. It can be anything on pickerroad.com.
In this area of time.
Yes, you have until midnight tonight, Pacific time. We're going to have timestamps on all purchases made. So from the time that this video premieres until midnight tonight, Pacific, you have the window to earn ducks.
That's right. So shop away, have fun, and you will get ducks in the race. And those races are always so much fun. It really is. And those are going to be at the beginning of the next live show.
Hey, tonight we've got Michigan.
Oh, you do.
And this one I love because it's got the Mackinac Bridge right there with Mackinac Island that we were on earlier this year. Hanging out with Jane Seymour.
Oh, that was so special. That was one of my favorite trips ever. We had the best time. We had dinner with Jane, and it was just so much fun.
Indeed.
Go back and look at that video if you haven't seen it. A lot of fun. But anyway, so these duck races are coming, and we have treasures coming, and we just are here for you. So have a good time, relax, and I think we're going to start with the first item.
Let's do it.
Put Rhodey aside.
Rhodey's not for sale.
She is fine.
Ooh, Disney Park exclusive.
Woohoo!
Perfect. And of course, everything is going to ship as soon as we get back. So
Absolutely.
You could have this in time for the holidays.
Absolutely.
This is a Disney Park exclusive Mickey Mouse ear Santa hat ornament.
It's fabulous.
What's nice about park exclusives is they're only available for a short period of time. So this design is probably no longer available if you go to the parks.
It is not. And it has all of its original tickets. It has Disney right there.
Mm-hmm.
All of everything is on here. And it is fabulous. It's all marked, completely marked on the bottom. And these sell online for $60.
Wow.
Yep.
Now you've got 2 of them, right?
I do. We have a quantity of 2. So if you want 1 or if you want 2. And I'm selling them for only $29.
Wow. You really want to let it go. Let it go.
Well, that brings us to the absolute next piece, which is, I'll let you hold her up.
Frozen. I was going somewhere with that.
You were.
All right, so look at this.
So that's Elsa and Anna.
And Olaf the snowman. And then we've got some kind of Scandinavian
Those are
goats down here hanging. Now this is this plays. Now we're not going to play it because of copyrights. It's Disney copyrights.
Okay.
So that would show up on the mic and then there'd be issues, but this sells for a lot of money.
It sells for upwards of $80 online.
Wow.
And we are selling it for less than half price at $39.
Disney store exclusive with the tags. This is brand new, so this could be a gift.
But it's brand new old stock.
Yes, it's Disney. And do you see it's got a little tiny tag right at the top
2017.
Here that says Disney store as well.
Yeah.
So this is
got all the bells and whistles.
Aha.
No pun intended.
Do you want to build a snowman?
There we go, Gary.
All right, one more lovely piece of Disney. This is Jim Shore.
Jim Shore Disney. It's Tinkerbell.
Tink. And
Tinkerbell.
You know what I like about this the most?
It's a
trinket box.
Look at that.
It's like she's in the nursery and it's one of their blocks and she's sitting on the block. But it's a
and she's adorable.
Trinket box.
It's
the
the same Jim Shore quality.
Yes.
And I just love her little face.
Walt Disney Showcase Collection by Jim Shore. It is called A Big Laugh.
She's so fun. I just love her. She is adorable. And as a special for this live-ish, is all we're saying, we have brought the price down to $48.
Wow.
For a Jim Shore special piece. Look at the back of her wings.
Yeah, you see that Jim Shore signature scroll work. It kind of follows through in each of the blocks of the letters.
And her face.
Yeah.
She's just absolutely fantastic. I love her. And the piece is very heavy.
Yes.
Very heavy, very sturdy. And let me give you a measurement on it. She measures about 7.5 inches tall. Mm-hmm. And she's just adorable. She's heavy. Let me see if I can do it. Seriously heavy, guys. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
And now we have some Indiana glass.
Meow.
We have a sleeping kitten.
Meow.
This is the little sleeping cat kitten Indiana glass votive in a clear glass. That beautiful shimmering clear glass.
Never goes out of style.
You could put any color votive in there that you would like.
One of those electronic ones.
You could just put one of those in if you don't want to get any wax in it.
A lot of options.
And it measures, most of you are pretty familiar with this Indiana glass. It's about 5 inches and it's so sweet.
Just lovely.
You know, it's very heavy. It's very well made. And I love it. It's heavy. Why am I getting all the heavy stuff today?
Aww.
Oh, and it's not getting any lighter.
Oh, here, I'll hold that. Okay. That's heavy.
This piece, let me talk about this piece.
Talk about unique.
This is an original moose wall sculpture by Gargoyles.
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 All right, I'm going to turn it around
It's
so you
an
can see what
art
we're
studio.
talking about. We're not having issues.
We haven't lost our mind.
Gargoyles.
We haven't lost our mind. But it is just fantastic. Turn it sideways so they can see.
For a second there, we sounded like Peter Dinklage in Wicked. Nothing really bad is happening in Oz.
Do it again.
Nothing really bad. I saw Wicked on Broadway in 2003, so I've had a long history with that show.
Just too funny.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Okay,
we're having fun.
We're having fun.
And we want you to have fun, too. Leave it in the comments if you had fun on this show, please.
Yes.
It really means a lot that you're joining us. Give us a like, subscribe, all that fun, so that nothing bad happens. I'm just going to keep making her laugh.
Every time.
All right, let's talk about this guy.
Okay, I got this in Colorado.
Yes.
At one of the ARC thrift stores.
ARC is the best.
They were so wonderful. They were so welcoming to us.
I think in 2025, we're going to go check out their New Mexico, their first time ever outside of Colorado.
They have invited us.
They invited us to their grand opening when that happens.
Yes. So hopefully we can get to the grand opening, but one way or another, we definitely want to feature them on the show again.
Mhm.
They were just absolutely lovely to us. And this is one of the pieces I found. This is a very, very unique sculptural art piece. If you turn it around, you can see it's professionally wired to hang. The art studio, don't do it. Gargoyles is on there, and the moose's face is really quite wonderful.
Look at how deep that is.
This is really it's abstract. It's I don't know. It's impressionistic.
Yeah, it's really something.
It's just a really interesting piece of original pottery, and I just really liked it. I thought it'd be just a really fun piece to bring from Colorado. So there it is. That's it. It's moose wall sculpture.
Thank you.
Now we're going again with another piece of original art, again from Colorado. This is pottery and macrame.
This is Colorado pottery.
It is. Now, I don't know if you can see, there's a bird motif on there. It's stylized. The macrame is beautiful. It's soft and clean. This has got some age to it.
Yes.
It is signed on the back by the artist. It's a faint signature, but
it's right there. You can see the close-ups in the listing.
Right. But what I love about this piece is the stylized bird.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the head and the body, and it's broken up. It's segmented. The body is segmented there. And I just think it's a great piece. It's heavy. It's fun. If you're kind of doing a 70s theme, maybe, this would be just certainly a wonderful addition. Or not a 70s theme. I love this piece. It's a great piece of real Colorado pottery.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. That's great.
You got it?
Oh, yeah. It's heavy. It's well made. And it's a lot of fun.
Look at this.
This is interesting. This is one of those sleeper pieces. This is a butterfly Genko by Michael Aaron. It's a metal candle snuffer. So when I found it, I thought, well, that's a really, really beautiful candle snuffer. It's got 3 tones of metal. The actual snuffer area here is in like a silver metal with a slight pebble to it. This metal here is cast in kind of a dark blackish gray kind of color. And then you've got these, again, stylized butterflies in gold metal.
Wow.
So you've got a lot of stuff going on here. You've got the 3 different metals, the 3 different colors, and the actual metal piece here is kind of like a twig.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a twig, a natural twig. So of course there would be butterflies landing on a twig, a little branch.
Butterflies are free to fly, fly away, bye bye, ooh-wee-you.
Once he gets started, just let him go. Unless he's doing bad. But anyway, so I thought this was beautiful. Then when doing research, once we got back to the studio, I was blown away by how valuable a piece this is.
Yes.
Looking it up, and not just one comp. This is a very valuable candle snuffer. But for this show, I have absolutely lowered the price. So it's beautiful. This is a piece that you would want to have out next to your candles, your candelabra, on any kind of table or bookcase or whatever, because it in itself is a work of art. It's just a really, really beautiful piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's something very, very special. Love it. Let me give you a length. The length of the whole piece measures 9.5 inches by 4 inches. And you can see close-ups in the descriptions.
Absolutely.
On pickerroad.com. And it's just a beautiful piece. That's all. Just a beautiful piece of art.
Well, to quote The Mandalorian,
yes.
I would like to see the baby.
The baby. Who wants a piano baby?
It's a piano baby.
That's an older piece, let me tell you. It doesn't have any markings on it, but you can feel it's bisque porcelain.
Mm-hmm.
You can just feel it. It had a label on it that I think a long time ago, long since, has been lost to time. But it is a piano baby. And they called them that because they used to put them on pianos. Isn't that shocking?
Wow. Didn't see that coming.
I think they used to use it with the piano shawls.
Ah.
I think so. But leave in the comments if you have other thoughts. But they put them on pianos. I don't know where that tradition started. Does anybody know how that tradition started, to put a baby figurine on a piano and then call them piano babies?
Let us know.
This is a sweet one. It really is. It's I believe it's a her, even though it's a blue dress. Her little hands and her little feet, little legs, little chubby legs, and her face is very nicely painted. She's got a very nice presence to her, and I lowered her price to only $19.
Wow! Grab a duck
for a piano.
Get a baby.
That sounds like a slogan. Grab a baby, get a duck.
There you go.
But she's a doll. She's a sweetie, and she measures about 8 inches by about 4.5, you'd say?
Yeah, I think so.
So she's a sweetie. Nice piece of bisque porcelain. And she doesn't have to be used on a piano.
No.
I mean, that's just...
You are legally allowed to put her on anything you like. She does not have to be a piano.
She could be in any collection.
Knock, knock, knock. Piano police.
Thank you so much, Gary. And again, we're staying with some real antique type wear.
Yes.
Now, this piece came from Monterey, California.
Yes.
And it is a dresser box.
Can you believe that was still this year?
Was that this year?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
When we were driving down the coast.
Oh, my goodness.
It's been a heck of a year, folks.
And this is hand-painted. It's got the double arrow mark. And I bet you guys know what that is. And I did know, and it's escaping me right now. We could look it up.
Leave it in the comments.
I think it's fun to learn from you guys. So let me know if you know what it's that double arrow, crossed arrow, I should say. And this is all hand painted. And
there's texture. There's like such delicate texture inside it. You can run your finger across it and feel. You see the scroll work there when I shine in the light?
And it's roses, and it's got gold accent around it. And this is, I dare say, this is well over 100 years old. It's a really, really pretty piece. And it's a really unusual shape.
Yes.
It's the kind of diamond shaped, I guess you would say. But it's so much more than that, too. It's really, really, really lovely. And it measures about 7 3/4 inches in length. And we're doing it for $18.
Wow.
$18.
All right, let's continue the finds from our travel treasures. This is from Mexico.
This is from Puerto Vallarta at that fabulous gallery where we also purchased a great deal of Ken Edwards, but they were fine art glass blowers there. And this color is one of my favorites. This is that sapphire blue. If you can see it.
The way with the light coming this way.
It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a heart. It is heavy. It's beautiful glass. You could use it. It's more than an ornament because it could be used year-round. I would hang that
in a window.
In a window.
Absolutely.
And it would just make that blue tone absolutely pop. It's so beautiful. That's hand-blown.
Wow.
Hand-blown art by master
and the
glass blowers.
The weight on it is just fantastic.
It's gorgeous. It's just and it's brand new from the gallery. I mean, that would make a sensational gift for someone too.
How tall is that?
Let me give you it. The length is about 5 inches.
Yeah. It's a substantial piece.
Yeah, but it's heavy. Artisan glass.
Thick glass.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Just absolutely beautiful.
Now, from slightly earlier in that trip.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
The heart of the ocean.
Le Coeur de la Mer.
It's almost as big. But I promise you, I will not be throwing this off a boat.
Oh.
I know. She lets it go. She goes,
She was a great actress. We got to meet her. It was a wonderful experience.
We met her at the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard. She was with her daughter.
It was before the era of cell phone cameras, so we don't have a photo, but I had a postcard size copy of the Titanic poster, and she signed that for me. And then we screened The Invisible Man, which she was in. She actually ended up sitting next to us, and it was really an experience because I got to kind of enjoy her reactions to watching it.
Watching herself
something that
in
she
her
was
early
in
20s.
70 years earlier.
Amazing.
And it was remarkable. I remember there's a scene where the car goes off the cliff, and she kind of like grabbed the armrest of the chair, and my hand was right there. This is happening. This is really happening to me. I'm a 13-year-old kid sitting next to Rose from Titanic.
She was gorgeous.
Yeah.
She was, at that point, she was probably about 93.
She was, early 90s.
Early 90s.
Because she ended up living very close to 100.
Very close to Rose, the character Rose. But she was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She was absolutely stunning woman.
Yeah.
And she was very kind to us. Her daughter was lovely.
Yeah.
So that was a wonderful experience. And that was only about a year after Titanic premiered.
Titanic was the biggest thing in the world at the time.
Yeah, so
that's why she was doing that event.
And that's why we went there.
Yes.
So anyway, this is from Mexico.
This is from Puerto Vallarta. This is from Cabo San Lucas.
Cobalto Galleries.
Which is all family artists.
Right.
So when you get a space in Cobalto, it's for your family.
Your family's artwork. And some of them go back generations.
Generational. And this is just
this is a stunning,
beautiful tumble up.
You should feel the texture on the bas relief of the work on this piece.
Look at the...
This is brand new, of course.
The accents on the inside here, how it follows through. You've got
Signed
your
on
artist
the bottom.
signature on the bottom.
The company, the artist's family that did it. It's a beautiful tumble up. It really is. And it's traveled a long ways.
And it's such functional art, you know.
It is.
You fill it with water and put it by your bed, and then when
and all of the glazes are completely lead free.
Lead-free.
It's everywhere. If you guys saw the video, you would have seen the signs that say all of our glazes are absolutely lead-free.
Yes.
This is the most forward-thinking gallery. William did a great deal of research, and we actually went specifically there. We weren't just walking around looking in the air. We went specifically there. We took a pedicab.
We took the pedicabs. They, it
was a lot of fun.
And it was warm. It was in the
goodness.
90s.
And high humidity. So it made it feel like it was 120.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, we got there. The gallery was amazing and completely lead-free. Family artists. Absolutely beautiful.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Look at the bottom of that. Isn't that beautiful there?
Yeah. This is a stunning.
Every inch of this.
Stunning piece. And then we traveled with it.
And you bought several tumble-ups. This is the last one.
I bought two. This is the only other one. Because we had to be, mindful of our suitcases. I brought tons and tons of bubble wrap.
Yep.
Here I am in our cabin on the ship, bubble wrapping my art.
Yep. Hey,
it's what we do.
Chances are at this very instant we're bubble wrapping something in Vienna or Germany or somewhere.
It's happening again.
Yes,
the
indeed.
Orange suitcases.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
They're
Gary.
getting their stickers on them.
This piece, this is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This, I knew when I saw it that it was really good. It is a Hopi bowl, Native American Hopi bowl. But then when I got it back to the studio and I researched it, this is vintage 1950s.
It's dated.
Marked. It's dated on the bottom.
You'll see the close-ups on the listings.
It's dated from Albuquerque, New Mexico in the 1950s.
Isn't that something?
This is quite a piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful piece of original Hopi pottery. Finding these treasures in the wild is really fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
When I find a piece like this, a piece of art that's 70 years old, it exists, I find it, research it, and then we bring it to you guys. It's quite an adventure.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
So this bowl has had quite a life already, and now it needs to go to its forever home.
Yes.
So let me give you a measurement on it. The diameter is a little over 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And it's just a stunning piece of pottery.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it is correct. Any kind of minor wear, any colors that are on it. It just absolutely is correct for its age. And it looks like it should be on a bookcase with a light directly on it.
Oh, that'd be stunning.
You know, it's showcasing its age and the reverence for the work and the art of this potter, Native American piece. Beautiful. Thank you, Gary. It's just the right weight too. Feels good. Feels good. This piece we got here in Las Vegas at I believe an estate sale.
Yes. This is really something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get this angle here. You'll see in the photos as well, but look at the relief on that. The bas relief is so deep on this.
It looks like something out of Venice. You know, it is Italian.
It is Italian. It's got the remnants of the Italian sticker there.
Right there. And this is all soft. What is this? This is like a soft cloth. It's almost like a felt, I would say. And it's lined in red satin. Is this not Venetian?
For Venice.
For Venice. Dangerous beauty. And then it's got these silk cords wrapped around it. And if you turn it around, you can see it's got the hinges on it.
Older screws, too.
They're older screws. Probably, I don't know, what would you say? Maybe 60s?
I would guess
maybe
so.
60s. It's not.
Well, and the tag, too. Judging by the tag as well.
That's definitely older.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say probably around 60s. But this piece definitely came from Europe. And it's just a great box. I mean, my goodness. Keep letters or notes or whatever. Put that on the desk. And that is really a focal point. It's a conversation piece if you put it on a coffee table. I mean, you could, keep things, mundane things like remote controls or things like that in it. And you've got this amazing conversation piece. People got to sit down and look at that and say, oh my goodness, what is that? You can't put nobody put Rhodey in a box.
It's nice in here, though.
You're so silly.
We have our fun.
We do.
We have lots of fun.
And let me give you a measurement on the box.
Yes.
The box measures 8 inches by 5.5 by 4 1/8. And we have absolutely brought the price down to $48 for this piece. So we find it. You have fun.
From one Italy to Venice, Venetian, Murano. Whoa.
This is that beautiful piece of amber Murano glass bowl.
I think I said this a few lives ago, but one of my favorite facts about the Venetian glass blowers on the island of Murano is that at one point they were working so hard that the Doge and the council voted to give them more vacation time, and they actually declined. They said, no, we're working hard because we believe in our art, and we want more time to work on it. So that's dedication in a time where people did not have the freedom to determine their own destiny,
right?
They actually said, we want to work harder.
That's true.
Yeah.
Many people did not have those freedoms or the freedoms that people today have.
Yeah.
But when you had a special skill,
yes,
that the wealthy, powerful people wanted, like these Murano glass blowers, then you had carte blanche.
Yeah, the Murano glass was collected by everyone from the Pope to King Henry VIII to the Doge of Venice. I mean, it was universally regarded.
And still is.
And still is to this day.
That's the funny thing.
Yes.
Is Murano is still so highly priced. I don't have it here today in the collection, but if you go to PICKER and probably search Murano bird, we have 2 incredible examples.
Yes.
One is a Murano, I believe it's like a cockatiel or parrot, and it is absolutely fabulous. The other piece is part of a bottle that is so collectible and prized, and it just swoops down in the most gorgeous pinkish glass. So we have two beautiful examples of Murano birds on PICKER.com if that's your heart's fancy. And this piece here is just really beautiful. It's extremely heavy. It's a great piece of glass. It's got everything you want to see on a polished base, a little bit of the scratching from years and years of sitting on a table, being dusted and loved and cared for. But this is beautiful. I always say that this piece reminds me of frozen honey. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The amber color, and it changes in the light.
It does.
You know, as you move it, it gets darker or lighter. It's a beautiful Murano dish. Very heavy and beautiful quality. Thank you, Gary. Yes, this is Silent Butler. Not Rhett Butler, Silent Butler. Now, I'm trying to think, where did I find this?
I believe you found this at the Sherman Oaks Antique Mall.
Was that it?
I think it was.
Maybe. Okay. This is the one that we found in Pellston, right outside of Mackinac Island, sold immediately. Immediately, and it was very, very similar. This is, it's Chinese, made in China, but a different China than what we usually say. And this is all heavy brass with a great deal of decoration. And what this is, it's a silent butler. You would have it near a table and you have a little whisk and you brush your crumbs or dust or whatever you have to straighten up from. And it's absolutely beautiful. You have semi-precious stones right there and a green one right over here. And you have all this overlay. Then you've got this enameling. You've got enameling on each corner and on the actual handle, it's completely really around.
Yeah.
This is absolutely beautiful piece. Just set it on a table and it's perfect. And I just love it. I think it's beautiful. When I find these of this quality, I try always picking them up. So there it is. The Silent Butler. Let me give you a measurement, 4.5 by 4. It is fantastic. This next piece. Look at that blue color. Oof. Now, I thought this was very appropriate. It was made in West Germany.
So you know it's at least 34 years old.
At least. But look at the color inside. Absolutely gorgeous vase. Look at the design. Look at the shape of this. So beautiful. This is vintage and it's just painted ceramic. I don't think I can't remember if we got an actual company on this. It has some numbers.
Yes.
It's a numeric code on it. It also has a signature in a stylized K, which is most likely the artist who made this piece. It came out of West Germany, but look at the design and the glaze on this. It's got a sheen to it that's really quite amazing. It's rimmed in gold up here. And then this blue color on the inside is fantastic.
It really is.
I love this piece. It's very unusual. It's
How tall is it?
Beautiful. It is about 6 3/4 inches tall.
Very nice.
Very, very nice vase. And what do we have next?
George Briard.
I'll let you talk about this piece.
I found this, and I assumed this was just going to be a fun little thing to have. It says George Briard on it, so you know it's going to be good. And then I discovered that this is actually a highly desirable piece of Briard barware. And I thought it was just too funny. It's straight poison. So this is from the George Briard Pirate Collection, I believe, because you got that on there. And it's supposed to be whimsical, funny, tongue-in-cheek that, you know, you've got straight poison. And I think there's a whole series of these that you can have. There's one that's arsenic, you know.
Really?
Yeah. So, and it's highly collectible. This can sell for up to $75 for a single shot glass. It's got George and Briard on the two sides, and the transfer on it is so clean. This is old.
It was probably never used and certainly never put through a dishwasher.
Yeah, and the transfer is just so clean. It's ready to go on the shelf and is a fun little statement piece for your bar.
It is. It's great. You know, if anybody collects shot glasses,
yep, this
would be a really, really nice addition.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody collects George Briard.
Right.
You know?
Or if anybody collects straight poison.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. And of course, it's a normal size of just 2 1/4 inches tall.
Very nice.
Nice weighted base.
And we're offering it for $29.
Yay.
All right, now
I need you to talk about this one too.
A little tiny bit of alcohol
we're going
to a big service.
Folks.
All right, this one is so cool. This is such a cool piece of history here. Now, I'm going to start on this side so you see it says Rockwell International. Now, Rockwell International has a very important history with a little organization called NASA because they were one of the primary contractors who built the space shuttle. Look at this. This is from people who worked on the space shuttle project. This is all of the space shuttles here. Look at this. Enterprise, Endeavour, Discovery, I'm trying to see, Columbia, Challenger, and Atlantis. And that's written across both the top and bottom.
Isn't that something?
Incredible artwork of it. And it says right here that this is 22 karat gold.
Wow.
Hand wash only, obviously. It doesn't look like it's ever been through anything.
No, it couldn't be. Not with the original label on it.
Yeah, the original label right there. And this is huge. Look at the size of this frosted glass. It's got a really nice thumb rest there. This is an heck of a piece if you collect space memorabilia.
It's so many crossovers. If you collect any kind of Steins or those kinds of big pieces, there you go. Space memorabilia. There's just so many different collectabilities about it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing piece.
And so heavy.
I really like the picture.
Yeah.
It's well done of the actual shuttle. It measures 8 inches high, and this is heavy. This is a major piece. Nice.
Well, from the reality of space to the fantasy of space.
Fantasy.
This is nice and heavy. I will pass this over.
See, we're really all over giving so many different
I've been asked to offer pop culture items. Everyone knows that I specialize in pop culture. So when I'm finding it from now on, I'm going to offer more of it.
Sure.
Everyone knows that I love Star Trek, but I'm also a Star Wars fan. I have Star Trek and Star Wars movies posters up. I've met a lot of the wonderful actors from both franchises, Carrie Fisher and David Prowse, who was the body of Darth Vader with James Earl Jones doing the voice, Jeremy Bulloch, who was Boba Fett, all those great iconic actors.
Didn't we meet the gentleman who Peter
Mayhew, who was Chewbacca. And I was a little kid at the time, so it was like looking up.
I remember that.
He was over 7 feet tall, I believe.
He was very tall gentleman, very kind.
Okay, so I recently acquired a huge lot of mint condition 1995 to 1999 Star Wars Power of the Force action figures. They are all so clean. So I've done 2 lots here. We have the Heroes lot, which includes Princess Leia and R2-D2. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
Obi-Wan. I know, I was going to do it.
Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing outfit.
Oh,
and
Han
Solo.
Get off my plane.
Slightly different movie. But who's Scruffy? Who doesn't love doing Harrison Ford, right?
Yes.
I want my family back.
Different movie.
I want my family back.
Different movie. We can all do it all day long.
So this is the set of Heroes, and I'm doing these for $69 for the lot. These are never opened, mint condition.
And say the years again.
These range from 1995 to 1999. Like for instance, this one here with Obi-Wan Kenobi is from when Episode 1 came out in 1999. And look at how you can pull this tab and Alec Guinness becomes Ewan McGregor.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that great?
We've met Ewan.
Yes, Ewan's a fantastic actor, great guy.
Oh my gosh.
So this was saying, and I love the art on the back here, coming summer 1999 to galaxies everywhere.
Wow. So 25 year, quarter century.
Yeah, can you believe that?
And in the box, and look what good condition it's in.
Fantastic condition.
My
If you
goodness.
saw in the episode where I acquired these, they were very carefully...
Have they seen the episode yet?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think so. They were very carefully stored in a large sealed box.
And William was really smart enough to just buy them all.
By the lot.
He bought them
all. Right, Heroes.
Okay, that was Heroes.
What's the other side of that?
All right, careful.
We've got Villains.
Ooh.
All right, so...
Naughty naughties.
We have Emperor Palpatine.
Ooh, he's mean.
And again, this is one of the episode 1 ones. So it was actually the same actor who played Palpatine in the original films and then in the new films. So it's...
Because he was so made up.
Ian McDiarmid. So you see there's him younger and there's him older.
Let me see. Do again. Young, old. Okay.
There you go. We've got that. We've got Grand Moff Tarkin from the original film.
Ooh.
This was Peter Cushing, of course, the great horror actor who had so much fun playing this role. One of my favorite stories about him making Star Wars is that they made these big leather Imperial boots that he had to wear.
Mm-hmm.
And he said they were so uncomfortable. He asked George Lucas if he could shoot him from the waist up in all of his standing scenes so that he wouldn't have to stand in the boots. And Carrie Fisher talked about this a lot before she passed away. He actually did all those scenes wearing pink fuzzy slippers. So he's dressed in this outfit, but he was wearing pink fuzzy slippers under the camera.
Is that, oh my goodness.
Yep. So you got that.
This is more than a sale, folks.
We've got
this is learning.
Captain Piet, who was one of the admiral captains that fights in the Empire. And then...
Naughty, naughty. Luke, I am your father.
The iconic Darth Vader with his lightsaber. And again, you've got that. And then there's Jake Lloyd as Anakin Skywalker in episode 1.
There you go.
So
there
you got your history. These are all 25 plus years old.
He is the biggest Santa's naughty list.
Right?
Yep.
Right? But he goes good in the end. He gets redeemed in the end.
Don't give it away.
Rosebud's the sled. All right. So this is your set of villains. So 4 villains and 4 packs with 5 heroes in it. You could get both sets, $69 each. So that's
that could make somebody's year.
Quite a deal. And then you have a really nice collection of these.
Yeah, that could make somebody's year.
And if you're interested in these vintage Star Wars figures, reach out to me. PickerRoadLV@gmail.com. I've got quite a few more, so we could always talk about that if you wanted to add some additionals.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gary. That was so interesting. I kind of forgot we were even doing a sale. I was just listening to Star Wars lore.
Get me going on movie history, you know.
There you go. All right. What do we have? Okay, we have a pair of Swag.
Sealed with a kiss.
These are precious. Now, I got these in Yermo, California at Thrift and More.
Such a fun place.
And these are absolutely fab. Fab.
This came from the End More part. Because Thrift More, they have the thrift store section, and then they have the antique mall section. This was in one of the booths in the antique mall.
Oh, so you think that's what they mean by that?
Yeah, the End More is the antique mall
I thought
side.
just in more and more and more. Okay, well, I love there. It's always a really fun place to explore. Sometimes you have to brush a little dust off, or in this case, like you said, this came from like the nicer antique, that side room that I always like to go to. But look at the feet, their paws. Those are little paws, like Scooby-Doo paws. And these dogs are absolutely precious. That looks like a Great Dane, and this looks like a hound dog on this side.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
They are wonderful. Just beautiful. You can use them as cups, or you can just use them as decor.
Crying all the time.
They are very, very popular, these swag pieces. And we really like them. They are well done. They're pop arty and exciting and colorful. And they measure about 7 1/8 inches high. And what can I say? They're just so much fun. And we have brought them down to $48 for the pair. That's $24 each.
Per, wow. That's usually what a single one goes for, if not more.
It does. They're very highly collectible. And there's all their kibbles and bits on the bottom. So they're a lot of fun. They're just fun pieces.
I want more cute dog.
Cute dog is coming.
I demand more cute dog.
Here's cute dog right here.
Petunia too.
Yes, and he's not making that up. That is her name.
Her name is named
Petunia too.
Petunia too.
She is very sweet. She is a big, fluffy. Oh gosh, this is sheepdog.
Sheepdog.
She's a big sheepdog.
She's got to be British, right? A woof.
She's the
woof.
vintage Merrimack collection.
Please throw the ball, I beg you.
She's a porcelain dog figurine. And she's a lot of fun.
Woof.
She's got that great hat on. She's like a sheepdog answer to Paddington Bear or something.
Are we going to the Derby next?
No, she lives in Notting Hill, and she goes inside the secret gardens.
Portobello Road.
Yes. And she is about 6.5 inches tall, and she's covered in flowers. They're petunias.
I'm so sorry, darling. I got into the flower bush.
She's Ab Fab. Wasn't that a British show?
It's a British show. I wouldn't necessarily compare her to them.
Really? I've never seen it. Uh-oh.
No, you're
what
fine.
did I just
You're
say?
fine. You're fine.
What did I just say?
Yeah.
She's great. She's got some natural crazing on her because she's older, but she's absolutely adorable. She's got her little pink tongue sticking out, and her hat and her flowers. So she's a fine one, very fine lady, and she is. What do we have her for? We have her for $29.
Ta-ta, darling.
All right.
Can I say thank you for being a friend? All right. Who remembers a little over a year ago when we were picking in Hollywood and we met the prop master for some of the most iconic television shows, films, and events ever? This man worked the Oscars. This man worked with Jamie Foxx. This man worked with Jimmy Kimmel. This man worked on The Golden Girls.
So prop master. So what he had to do is he would be tasked with going out into the world. If it wasn't something that had to be built on set. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If it couldn't be built, but he had to go out and dress the set.
Right.
So if they had to have something in their hands, a bag or something, then he had to go and make it happen.
Yes. So she purchased several perfume bottles that were actually screen used in The Golden Girls.
They were new, but screen used in their original boxes.
Yes.
Those sold like that.
And I purchased this, and I have not offered this
because has never been seen.
I had to do some research on this first. We've talked about this, but I had to do the proper research, and that's now done.
Yes.
So this is one of his production duffel bags. Every single person who worked on the production received one of these, and they would get a different one each season. I spoke to the executor of Betty White's estate, and he verified that Betty had one of these as well. And it sold at auction when Betty passed a couple of years ago. So this is his production, the prop master's actual production bag, which would have been on set while they were filming one of the most iconic television shows of the 20th century that has become like this pop culture juggernaut. So this is the original duffel bag. You can own a piece of Hollywood history here. It's in exceptionally good shape considering it was actually used.
It's great.
And it's
so
just
fun.
It's a really great piece.
Let me give you. I'm going to have to kind of do it like this.
That's 12 there. I would say about 22 inches. Yeah.
And it's hard with a duffel bag because it's soft.
And of course, this will be compressed down, folded, neatly shipped to you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to ask $100 for this. $99. I mean, it's a wonderful piece of Hollywood history, and it's a
Where
one-off.
are you going to find another one?
Yeah, they're going to.
Anybody who is a fan of the Golden Girls,
yep,
this would be like woof.
Yes,
indeed, this would be like a really big deal.
Okay, so this is kind of kicking off our pop culture section here. We have a few more pop culture items, but don't go anywhere if you don't like pop culture. There's more coming. Vinyls. I have been waiting to offer these. I've got some signed vinyls.
Woohoo!
I think this is one of the truly funny movies of the 1960s. It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, which was one of those films that kind of led to the great ensemble films of today, Ocean's 11 or, Love Actually. This film had everyone in it.
It did.
I mean, look, the the images of all the actors and everything.
Yeah, it's great.
This is signed by the great comedian Buddy Hackett, who is a huge name here in Las Vegas. His son is still out there performing.
Yes.
But just a really great piece. It's the original motion picture score in fantastic shape on vinyl. It looks
brand new.
Signed by Buddy Hackett.
And in its own
And it's in
sealing.
its protective case. I'm asking $29 for this. Of course, Buddy Hackett is no longer with us, so only harder and harder to find it. But I thought it would be a really interesting piece for somebody's collection if they're a fan of the movie.
Or just you want to get really rare vinyls.
Exactly.
Very rare.
All right. I think I love this one. The Partridge Family.
Who didn't love the Partridge Family? Oh,
again,
we loved it.
Absolutely iconic series, music. David Cassidy, such a pop culture icon. This is signed by his mother, Shirley Jones. Stepmother, thank you. And his on-screen sibling, Danny Bonaducci, who is still, very much a part of the pop culture lexicon. He does reality shows, and he makes these incredibly random appearances in places on commercials and stuff. This is their greatest hits album, signed by both of them.
But there's Shirley Jones.
Really phenomenal piece. And if you just want to listen to it, it's got all the hits. It's got I Think I Love You. It's got I Woke Up in Love This Morning.
I love this. Look at this on the back. It's all about the Partridge Family fan club.
Come along and join.
In 1972. I think I might have been a member.
All right. So we got that.
Shirley Jones just turned 90. And of course, she won the Oscar for supporting actress for Elmer Gantry.
Yes.
And she was in musicals like Oklahoma.
She was on Broadway in The Music Man, Oklahoma, South Pacific.
She's an incredible force of nature.
Yes, indeed.
The beautiful Shirley Jones.
Now, if you saw our recent episode where I picked up, those were from one collection. This one is my recent acquisition, The Righteous Brothers. Iconic, Unchained Melody.
Who doesn't love that from Ghost?
You think of Ghost, that scene where they were doing the pottery and everything. This is signed by both of them. I want to be very specific here. It has been personalized to Carol. Now, a lot of autograph collectors don't mind personalizations because it actually increases the authenticity of the piece.
Right, because they certainly wouldn't, fake that.
Right. But it's signed by both of them. It's a great album, soul and inspiration, and it's just in great shape. It's fantastic. So we've got that on there. We are offering that one for $74.
Righteous Brothers.
It's the Righteous Brothers.
Go get another one.
And then these are not signed, but they're the king. I got 3 Elvis for you. I got Pure Gold.
I love it. Look, I want to see what's on.
It's got Jailhouse Rock.
And Kentucky Rain.
Don't Be Cruel.
In the Ghetto.
All Shook Up.
Love Me Tender.
Love Me Tender.
Can't beat that.
We've got Elvis's Almost in Love.
Let me see. What do we have?
We've got Almost in Love, Edge of Reality, A Little Less Conversation.
Ooh.
So many great ones. And then we've got...
This is great.
Perfect for the time of year.
Christmas album.
And this is in such clean condition.
I can't believe this
is in such great...
This is amazing.
It's got Elvis Sings the Wonderful World of Christmas.
Okay, let's just go over them all.
Oh, Come All Ye Faithful, The First Noel, On a Snowy Christmas Night, Winter Wonderland, The Wonderful World of Christmas. It Won't Seem Like Christmas, I'll Be Home on Christmas Day, If I Get Home on Christmas Day, Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees, Merry Christmas Baby.
And my personal favorite Christmas song, Silver Bells. Sung by Elvis. Bells. That is an amazing piece. Turn it over.
Yes.
Show the other side.
Phenomenal.
Look how young he is there.
This would have been, I believe this came out at the exact same time as the 68 Comeback Special.
Really?
Yes.
So that put him back on top of his game.
Yes.
That was really amazing.
So you get all 3 of these. This is a collection of 3 here.
Are you serious? You're doing it for $39?
$39. That's $13 per vinyl for Elvis Presley. And of course, all the vinyls ship in very special vinyl shipping boxes. They're custom made for vinyls.
Oh, these are beautiful.
And
you can't get over the condition of
one of my all-time favorite artists.
We love Airtay.
The great Airtay. This is a first edition fine art coffee table book.
It's absolutely beautiful, you guys.
Contemporaneous.
It's got a little bit of condition issue right there.
It's got wear on the dust jacket, but the book itself is in great shape. let me show you the quality of the prints.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
I believe it said that there are over 150 full color prints in this.
That's amazing.
And it's just phenomenal work. Really. You look at the pictures in the listings and you'll see this had an original price tag of $75 on it.
And when was that?
When it was printed in the early 80s, I believe.
So 40 years ago.
It is first edition marked and it was printed in 86.
Okay, so almost 40 years ago. Now,
phenomenal.
Erte is a phenomenal artist. That is not the full name. He was Russian and his full name is longer, but he went by Erte for his sculptures. Now, his work is absolutely exquisite and sells for thousands and thousands of dollars. There is a lot of knockoffs and so forth. So owning a book like this, you can see the real deal because, you know, some people see knockoffs and they think it's Erte. It's not.
Let me show you.
Erte is very, very specific. And the work is absolutely exquisite. We've seen original Ertes many, many times.
There's a picture of him in the back
there. Let's just open it up one more time and just look at a couple.
All right.
They're so beautiful. My mother loved Erte.
Look at that.
And the work is just speaks for itself, you know.
Look at all of these pieces. Look at that justice.
I know. There's a very big difference between his real work and some, let's say, more contemporary knockoffs. But beautiful, beautiful coffee table book.
Heavy book, too.
And a beautiful book to learn from, too.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, so from Erte to Fabergé.
We have it all, folks. I found this at a Goodwill. It's a Fabergé plate, but it's more than just Fabergé.
It's got everything.
It's got several levels of collectability, which if you'd hold it up, it is enameled gold imperial Easter egg on the front. It is a copy of the Russian collection from 1885.
You can see in the close-up with the listing, it is copyright Fabergé. So it is made by Fabergé. It's Limoges.
It is. And the original egg that is shown there is from 1886. From Tsar Alexander III. He gave it to his wife Tsarina Maria in the form of the actual Fabergé egg. And that's what they've recreated on this plate. Now, it's got another level of collectability. This was such a fine collectible, the actual plate, that it was given to, let's put it this way, the high rollers.
The highest of the high rollers.
The highest of the high rollers received this in the year 2000.
This is New Year's Eve, Millennium.
Yeah, Millennium.
It says right here, history in the making.
At the Desert Inn, which is not even here anymore.
Yes.
That whole casino is gone.
Well, they were celebrating their 50th, too, because they opened in 1950, so it was their 50th
It's like at so many levels.
Layer
it's Vegas collectible. It's Millennium collectible. Fabergé plates.
Limoges.
It's got everything.
Everything.
And I just loved it. It was new in the box. It has its original paperwork. And it's just a fabulous piece. And on the front, you don't have any of the anything about the casino. It's not one of those Vegas collectibles. This was a fine gift that was gifted to their most wealthy clientele, if you will, as a New Year's Eve gift. So I can imagine, you know, the plates were probably $500, $1,000 a plate to go to this dinner on the Millennial in the evening.
Can you imagine?
It would have been incredible. And this plate was their gift. So, you know, pretty nice. Pretty nice. And it's in its original box. It's marked Fabergé.
Fabergé on the box.
On the box. Paperwork with it. And there you have it. Now we have one more fabulous piece from Russia with love,
Egypt.
To Egypt with love.
I found this here in Vegas. And I think this is contemporary to the Egyptian revival of the 1920s and 30s.
We had it pretty much verified because we found one of these very similar, if not exactly the same, in an antique mall. And that dealer was selling it as you know, Egyptian revival 1920s.
Yes. So it's the early 1920s.
Story time.
And
Tell me a story.
Lord Carnarvon patronized a man named Howard Carter.
Yes.
And Howard Carter believed wholeheartedly, with absolutely no evidence, that if he explored the Valley of the Kings, he would in Egypt, he would eventually find a tomb that was untouched. All of them had been sacked over thousands and thousands of years.
Millennia.
Up until the 1920s, which really, when you think about it, in a 6,000-year history, until the 1920s, all we had to go on were these empty tombs where there was nothing left because over the centuries and centuries, robbers and had ransacked it.
Sad.
So in the 1920s, 100 years ago, we just had the centennial of it, Howard Carter found a door that hadn't been opened. And he meticulously documented every single element of it. There's still debate to this day whether he's one of the ransackers himself, but
he didn't sell it.
He did not sell it. He took things and put them in museums, and they're going to the right museums now. 100 years later, some of them are going back to Egypt.
Right.
But what it did is it started the Egyptian revival period where everything was Egypt. Jewelry, architecture, design, the movies. Ever heard of a movie called The Mummy starring Boris Karloff? That was a direct result of the world becoming obsessed with Egypt.
And it still is.
Yes.
And you were very lucky, as one of your former classmates and a very close friend is an Egyptologist.
He's an Egyptologist. We've worked with him on projects before. So this is a phenomenal piece of that Egyptian revival that we found right here in Las Vegas. It can be used as a tray, or it can be hung as a display piece.
On a display wall.
You could do a wire across here as well. So you got a lot of options with it. You see the patina on it.
I love it as a tray. Can you imagine having that on a dresser?
Right.
You'd feel like Cleopatra.
Yes, indeed. It's really a phenomenal piece.
Of that Egyptian revival period.
And we are offering that for $34.
Because we want to bring it to you guys. It's fun. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's fun. When I say fun, it's fun to think about that period of history when they were doing that. And you're right. As long as a lot of it is going back to where it belongs, sending things home, then that's good. But Howard Carter never did it for profit. He did it for the science, I believe.
Yes, he was.
Because he was funded by this wealthy British man.
Yes, and he was obsessed with Egypt. It was a true love of Egypt, if I understand my history correctly. He read about it. He was not quite aristocracy, but he was upper middle class. I believe he grew up on a family member's estate. And he read about Egypt in a newspaper article and became so obsessed with it that when he turned like 14, I think, he got himself to Egypt.
Really? That young?
Yeah.
Well, in those days, people they got married younger. They went out in the world younger.
Yes.
So it's quite amazing. It's an amazing story. And if it weren't for him and his quest, then we wouldn't have the pieces that we have now that are circulated around the world that we can see, from Tutankhamun, from all the different aspects of life from the ancient times.
Yes.
Because so much was buried with the people for the afterlife. So you got a good sense of how they lived in their everyday lives.
And one of the things that I think is so fascinating too is that nothing changes. Nothing changes over millenniums, because one of the things they recently uncovered,
this must be good,
is a papyrus complaint about the quality of metal ordered for a project.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like a 4,000-year-old complaint letter. So it's like nothing's ever changed.
Representative.
Right?
Guys. Well, that is our final piece for this live-ish.
Live-ish number 2.
Number 2.
As we said, you've got until midnight tonight Pacific time. We will keep track of all the time codes on these sales to make purchases and get yourself ducks in the race, because when we're back live for real next week, we're going to start with 3 duck races from last week's live-ish and 3 duck races from this week's.
And you have a chance to win $15 in Picker Road bucks to go spend and have some fun. So we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun. Rhodey appreciates it. Gary appreciates
My
it.
mother thanks you. My father thanks you. My hedgehog thanks you. And I thank you.
There it is. We appreciate you more than we can say. And we will see you on the next live coming.
And of course, we've
dropping
got
our videos.
Our regular episodes 3 times a week.
There's just so much. We are so glad that you guys are here with us. And we really thank you for joining the journey. See you next time, guys. Bye.